Our read aloud for this week, as you can see, is The Year at Maple Hill Farm. And I'm going to read a little excerpt from the book real quick to kind of give you an idea on what it is about. So it says, this is a book about farm animals and what happens during 1 year on a farm. The year is divided into 12 months. The months are divided into weeks, the weeks into days, the days into minutes, and on a farm, something is happening every minute. Animals don't know there is such a thing as a year, but they do know about seasons. Animals know when the cold will come, and they grow heavy overcoats. They know when it is summer, and they shed them. When it is hot, they look for shade, and in winter, they look for shelter. People have names for what they call the months of the year. We could start with any month as far as the animals are concerned, but it is usual to begin with January. I'm excited to read this book with you guys. We do have some definitions before we get into it. The first definition is marsh. Marsh is an area of low-lying land which is flooded in wet seasons. So over here, this is a picture of marsh. Our next definition is rook. A rook is a crow. Our next definition is ewe. I picked a funny picture of a ewe. A ewe is a female sheep. Our next definition is molt. Molt is when the chickens shed their old feathers. Molt. So you can tell here that this chicken looks like it is molting. Our next definition is pasture. Pasture is the land covered with grass and other low plants. The pasture. And then our last definition is graze. Graze means to eat grass in a field. All right, let's get started and read our book, The Year at Maple Hill Farm, written and illustrated by Alice and Martin Kovenstein. January is a winter month. The ground is covered with snow. It is a cold, gray time of year, and night falls early. All right, as I'm reading, I'll let you all look at the picture. Cows stay in the barnyard when the ground is frozen. So do the chickens, but not many eggs are laid in January. The days are too short and dark. The horses don't mind the cold, neither do the sheep with their heavy winter coats. All the farm animals stay close to the barn where they are fed. There is hay and grain to eat. Even the wild deer come near the farm, hoping to find a little salt or a windfall apple under the tree. February follows January. The forest pond is frozen solid, all but a marshy place where the spring water feeds the pond. The children are having a skating party. When they are cold, they sit by the fire and toast their toes and noses. The geese play in the icy water all winter. You'd think their bare feet would freeze, but They never do. The noisy rooks are having a circus. They toss and tumble on the trapezes of bare branches. Rooks like winter. Under the ice in a tunnel in the frozen ground, the water rat is napping. He won't be up until spring. So I heard three definitions. So let's go back to our definitions. So our first definition that we heard was marsh. Marsh, do you guys remember what marsh is? It's an area of low-lying land which is flooded in wet seasons. So as you can tell here on the picture, you can kind of see a little bit of the marsh that we're talking about. The next definition that we heard was a rook. A rook, as you can tell in our book, they're a crow. So all of these blackbirds are what we call rooks or crows. And our last definition, which we'll get to in just a second. It is still cold outside, but you can tell spring is coming. There are signs of spring in the barn. The pony has given birth to a foal. She loves him and looks after him. The milk cow has a new calf. She loves him and gives him her milk. So here again, we know that this is a foal, which is a baby pony. This is what we call a calf, which is a baby cow. And then here it says the good gray barn cat has her litter of kittens. In the hay rack, the mother ewe has 2 new lambs. So here's a picture of the gray cat with her kittens. And then the ewe, which is a female sheep. You guys remember? She has given birth to her baby sheep. And then here it says the nanny goat has a new kid too. All the animal mothers are proud and protective and full of love. All right, boys and girls, we are going to stop here.